Hey guys, it's Dr. Heather, and I'm here with Dr. Brandon as well. And we just wanted to thank you guys for supporting us and giving us emails and cards and doing everything that you could to support us through this difficult time.
I just want to dovetail on that and just really express my gratitude as well. So thank you very much for your support during this amazingly difficult time. But the good news is we have prevailed. I don't know if you've heard, but we have been exonerated and vindicated through all this nastiness. And if you want to hear some of the details and see some of the details, just hang around for a few seconds and the details will come. So thanks again for all your support. I know it's been a difficult time for you guys as well, and thanks for hanging in there with us. Take care. Hello, it's Dr. Brandon Credeur here. Dr. Heather and I wanted to send a message to all of our beloved patients and supporters. Thank you all very much for your support. We are very excited to announce that we have won the enormous battle to preserve the ability to serve you and the rest of the Denver community. As you may or may not be aware, during the past year and a half, we and our practice have been the subjects of a multitude of malicious, unfounded, and misguided allegations. As a result of the one-sided attacks, we have become lit in a spotlight which was riddled with innuendo, negativity, and very spiteful context, which was fueled by reckless reporting by some in the media. The result has been nothing short of painful. With a complete disregard for the truth, the allegations have created a multitude of negative repercussions for the entire practice, its staff, and of course patients of the facility. Unfortunately, the tremendous damage caused to the practice does not stay within the walls of our health center. It is also extended into the lives of many involved with the Functional Endocrinology Center of Colorado. Employees have lost their jobs, and their families have suffered immensely due to the unscrupulous media attention. A multitude of Denver area residents suffering from chronic degenerative conditions may have even gone without much needed care due to the negative veil that was cast on our practice, our character, and functional health care in general. It is an unfortunate circumstance that has arisen for the entire community, in fact, one which has now shown to be completely unfounded, hurtful, and seemingly created out of malicious intent. Throughout the tedious and arduous process, we have discovered that the attacks, in part, were spurred by some in the Colorado medical community and their misinformed and biased understanding of the education and scope of practice for doctors of chiropractic. In fact, it was found that some area medical doctors encouraged their patients to file complaints against us without first confirming or understanding the scope of care we provide. Throughout the entire regulatory process, we were forced to sit silently as our reputation and livelihood demolished right before our eyes. We wanted nothing more than to stand up and defend our facility, our profession, our passion, and the rights of patients to have access to functional health care instead of staying stuck in the drug therapy model of care. It is our belief that the events have occurred in part because some in the medical community feel threatened over the ever-growing healthcare demands of a public that is sick of a one drug after another solution for their health problems. The desire to monopolize healthcare choices is a strong motivation within the medical and pharmaceutical communities. These desires act as a powerful motivator in a multi-trillion-dollar medical industry that has come to be dominated by a drug therapy model. At the end of the day, we stood up for our patients, ourselves, our practice, and we went through the process outlined by the Chiropractic Board and the administrative law process. After nearly 6 full days, in an attempt to prove 34 charges with the stated intent of revoking our licenses, the allegations were shown to be completely untrue. They can only prove one thing: documentation errors. Our Chiropractic Board, however, went on to state, quote, "The board recognizes respondents' ongoing improvements to his documentation," unquote. The bottom line is this: you could probably find documentations in just about any doctor's office. At the end of the day, despite all the unfounded negativity perpetuated by some in the medical community and the grotesque and self-serving media coverage, the truth prevailed. In fact, throughout everything, no one could show any instances where we or anyone in our practice provided substandard care. No one could show any instance where we or anyone in our practice practice outside the scope of chiropractic. No one could show any instance where we or anyone in our practice outside the scope of our education. And no one could show any instance where we or anyone in our practice engaged in false or misleading advertising. Contrary to the charges, in fact, there was ample evidence that what we do at the Functional Endocrinology Center of Colorado helps patients. The Board of Chiropractic Examiners affirmed once again our scope of practice. The board affirmed once again our use of the term functional endocrinology in our practice name. The board affirmed once again our use of the term functional endocrinology to describe our services. The board affirmed once again our ability to diagnose diabetes, thyroid conditions, autoimmune conditions, functional imbalances, etc. The board affirmed once again our ability to treat diabetes, thyroid conditions, autoimmune conditions, and other human ailments. Needless to say, we both feel exonerated and vindicated by the board's conclusions, and only wish the media and the medical community would have operated from a platform of fairness before they assaulted our character, business practices, and profession. Nonetheless, we are grateful that the Chiropractic Board of Examiners, after examining all of the evidence, came to the conclusion it did. Throughout this process, many of our loyal patients have expressed anger, frustration, and sadness surrounding what they knew to be an unfair characterization of us and the way we run our practice. Many even offered to help, providing assistance, support, and affirmation, offering to help in any way possible. Some patients attempted to reach out to the media outlets in an attempt of discrediting the reports against our facility, only to be ridiculed, discredited, and insulted. We would like to thank you for your steadfast support and dedication throughout this difficult time. Certainly, without your loyal and genuine support, our journey would have been a much harder task, and for that we are truly appreciative. We would also like to thank all of our friends and family for their support through this difficult time as well. We hope you can find some comfort in the board's decision and appreciate your understanding as we begin to rebuild what was so wrongfully taken from us. It is our pledge, as it has always been, to continue to fight for open access to health care, and we will continue to provide amazing care to those suffering from chronic and degenerative health conditions no matter what. Thanks again to all of you.